Today, you and I are about to watch actual true stories caught on cheaters' surveillance cameras. We document the raw heartbreak of a partner wrecked by crushing infidelity. This show is dedicated to the loyal partners and served cold to the deceitful, hoping they finally learn some self-control and basic decency. Later on, this explosive episode of Cheaters, tensions hit the absolute boiling point. One furious woman demands answers, screaming about girlfriends and flashing a ring. Screaming matches erupt over a secret engagement. This raw reality television is brought to you by Cheaters Private Detectives, only on Cheaters. Host Peter Pinky kicks things off, welcoming everyone to another unbelievable episode of Cheaters. First, meet our client, Lashawn Hudson. She desperately needs to know why her lady has been completely ghosting her lately. Doubting her partner's loyalty, Lashawn reaches out to the Cheaters agency for a full, in-depth background investigation. Lashawn explains she first met Chantelle while working as a retail store manager. When Chantelle first walked into the shop, Lashawn's employees actually warned her they had a seriously difficult customer on their hands. Naturally, her staff pushed Lashawn to step up and handle the angry shopper herself. But as Lashawn helped sort things out, she quickly realized this supposed problem customer was actually flirting with her pretty heavily. Finding Chantelle incredibly gorgeous, Lashawn didn't hesitate to start flirting right back. That spark led Lashawn to ask for her number. Getting those digits was a massive win, and eventually, her whole family adored Chantelle. Lashawn rarely brings anyone home to meet her relatives, making this connection feel incredibly rare and special for her. It took a major leap of faith, which only convinced Lashawn even more that Chantelle was truly the one for her. But recently, Chantelle started picking up way more double shifts than usual. Because of that, the couple suddenly stopped having the quality time they used to share together on a daily basis. That sudden distance is exactly what sparked major concerns for Lashawn over these past few weeks. The suspect is Chantelle Murphy, 26, a local waitress suspected of serving up a little something extra on the side. Just hours into their surveillance shift, our patrolling investigators spot the primary suspect. Chantelle Murphy finally exits the building and marches straight to her vehicle. Once behind the wheel, Miss Murphy hits the gas, hustling down local streets. Agents tail the suspect straight to a nearby gym, where she practically sprints right into the arms of a total mystery woman. The suspect and a new companion head inside for a heavy workout. Riding a serious endorphin high, the euphoric duo steps outside, holding hands. Reaching the suspect's car, they share a tight goodbye hug and part ways, wrapping up the day's field inquiry. Lashawn reveals that her first real clue about Chantelle stepping out happened during a completely normal afternoon, doing the laundry. She noticed one of Chantelle's tank tops had a bright lipstick stain right on it, in a shade Lashawn definitely doesn't own, and she had never even seen Chantelle wear that shade before. When Lashawn casually brought up the suspicious stain in conversation later that same day, Chantelle immediately brushed it off, claiming it was just some brand new makeup she bought. But Lashawn wasn't buying it. Later that night, Chantelle finally rolled in around 3 in the morning. Once she fell deeply asleep, Lashawn searched her partner's car. Digging through the vehicle, she discovered a random pair of glasses hidden deep inside the center console. Neither of them wear glasses. On top of that, Chantelle suddenly developed this obsessive new habit. She felt an intense urge to hit the gym constantly. Without inviting Lashawn, wasting precious free time they could easily be spending together. The final straw was finding tiny, unfamiliar workout clothes stuffed in Chantelle's gym bag, gear way too small for her to ever actually wear. Back on the streets, our duty detectives catch suspect Murphy stepping out, rocking some fresh, flawlessly styled workout gear, following a very familiar path. Let's watch as the suspect arrives at the fitness center. After parking, Murphy is met once again by her lovely companion, now identified as personal trainer Camille Jones. The pair shares an intimate embrace. With their heart rates already elevated, the duo ducks inside to work up a sweat. As suspect Murphy pushes her limits, Her picky partner preaches proper form. The couple soon adjourns to Murphy's SUV. Cheater's operatives track suspect Murphy as she heads home to a lovesick Lashawn. So I really hope I'm just tripping and she isn't actually cheating on me, because at the end of the day, I truly love Chantelle. I love her. I know she loves me. I mean, we've been together for 2 whole years. We started building a life together. And so I just really hope that it isn't actually true. Let's follow suspect Murphy as she strolls to her SUV and departs the scene. Within moments of arriving, the suspect meets up with her lover in the parking lot. Flexing her muscles suspect, Murphy wraps her secret cutie in a massive bear hug before they're set. They stride inside. While Murphy harnesses her power, Companion Jones displays a very hands-on training style. Exhausted from their exertion, the duo finally hits the locker room. Taking personal training to a whole new level, Companion Jones joins Murphy in the shower. Now with the day and their dirty deeds washed away, the lovebirds return to their cars, where they share one final tender embrace. With that final bit of damning evidence, Cheater's operatives head back to the command center. Stick with us for the confrontation. Time to verify Chantelle's secret shenanigans. Cheaters contacts Lashawn to display her partner's disloyalty. Eager to finally solve the mystery, Lashawn sets aside her sorrow to study the brutal surveillance footage. Hey, Lashawn.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
I know things could be much better. Yeah, you contacted Cheaters for a reason. Yeah, wondering what Chantelle is actually doing. Yes, you know our team is the absolute best. When they look, they find. That's why I need you to be sure you want to see it. Yeah, I need to know the truth. All right, Lashawn. So now on this day of our investigation, we're at your home. She drives off. The team stays on her. She arrives at a gym. She walks in to this young lady here. Are you familiar with her before I keep on going?
No.
But this is where it gets a little interesting. They come out holding hands. She returns home. Now, on this day of our investigation, we're back at your place. We follow her again. She arrives back at the gym. Never mind, that's that bitch again. Same chick. We put the hidden spy cameras on them. They're inside working out. Now, this phone call right here, right? You might be familiar with it, but I need you to listen to it. And listen to it very carefully. Hello, he asked where she was headed. She claimed she was at the mall with her mom finishing her Christmas shopping. He replied, "Oh, okay. I was going to see if you wanted lunch later." She played busy, claiming it depended on when she left the mall. He told her to just text him whenever she was finally finished shopping. He hoped they could go out later for dinner. She agreed to let him know, adding, "Love you, babe." The investigator asked if he remembered that call. He did. She had lied, claiming to be with her mom, while actually hanging out with another young lady. They had tracked her a bit more. The investigator asked if the client was ready to move forward. He wasn't truly ready, but wanted to get it over with. Now let's step into this crucial day of our investigation. The team waited outside her house. She got in the car. Same old routine. Stick with me. It gets extremely interesting here. After their workout, the two women got into the shower together. The crew kept filming. Once they came out, the client couldn't take it anymore. He declared he was absolutely ready to go. Knowing exactly where the cheating partner was, he was completely over it. They decided to pull up to the location and just go for it. They asked Michaela how she felt. She admitted she didn't know, saying she felt a little crazy right then. The host reminded her they tracked the unfaithful partner to that young lady's house from the gym. Arriving at the scene, the host advised her to stay calm, not yell, and just ask why. Someone answered the door. The crew claimed her car was being towed. The suspect repeated, "My car is being towed." Chaos erupted instantly as Michaela started screaming, demanding to know what the hell she was doing. She yelled at Chantelle, furious about what she was wearing, and demanding to know who this woman was. The argument escalated over their living arrangement. The other woman calmly stated she was the girlfriend. Michaela fired back, completely stunned. "That's my girlfriend. We live together," the other woman asked. "Since when?" Before bringing up Tommy, Michaela lunged forward, screaming at her to stop running. The host stepped in, stating they had been watching them at the gym. The new girl insisted she was told the suspect was single. She thought there was only a roommate. Michaela kept screaming insults, furious that her partner had dragged all these people into this messy drama. The suspect tried to deflect, arguing they could have just talked about this instead of causing a scene. Michaela shouted that they lived together. The other woman calmly dropped a bombshell. They had been dating for 6 months. The host confirmed their intimacy. The women realized neither of them was acting crazy. Michaela cried out, asking what she did to deserve this betrayal. The suspect coldly claimed Michaela did nothing for her. Stunned, Michaela fired back, reminding her she had constantly suggested going to the gym and doing things together. The suspect denied being asked to the gym. They bickered back and forth about who invited who, with Michaela insisting she constantly tried to work out together. The suspect maintained her lie, claiming Michaela never wanted to do anything. Then the phone call came up. Michaela mockingly brought up the excuse about shopping with her mom. The suspect swore she was with her mother, not the other woman. The suspect desperately stuck to her fake story, frustrating everyone. Lashawn tried to intervene. The host pointed out that the other woman had already confessed to everything. Then someone noticed the romantic flowers nearby. Michaela realized they had been dating long enough to exchange romantic flowers. Let's witness this shocking conclusion. Tempers flared again. The two women traded insults, repeatedly screaming at each other to find out who was the real girlfriend. Michaela screamed back, insisting that they lived together as a couple. The investigator stepped in, asking the other woman her name and how long they had been talking. "You and I are stepping right into the chaos." Lashawn thought she just had a roommate. The victim exploded, calling her partner a complete liar. She demanded the cheater pack up her things and get out if she wanted the other woman. The roommate excuse fell apart. They had been watching her. The cheater was furious about the cameras, blaming the victim for bringing an audience instead of just admitting guilt. They argued over fake trips for Christmas shopping, supposedly with their mom. The excuses were starting to crumble fast. When the cheater actually called out for Camille, the victim lost it all over again. In a moment of pure disgust, the victim threw her hands up, telling Camille she could just keep the cheater. She repeatedly called her partner a liar, demanding to know what they wanted to do now that the truth was out. The cheater desperately tried to defend herself, denying the insults, even while caught red-handed with the other woman. The cheater then tried flipping the script, accusing the victim of never being there. While wearing revealing lingerie, the victim aggressively mocked their romantic evening together. Then the ultimate bombshell dropped. Camille revealed she had actually bought an engagement ring. Finding out they were engaged was the absolute final straw. The victim declared it was over, refusing to listen as the cheater begged to talk. They had discussed marriage, yet here she was accepting a ring from someone else. The host stepped in, asking the cheater to finally choose between the two women and end the agonizing conversation. But the victim was entirely too humiliated, screaming that there was absolutely nothing left to discuss after being embarrassed on national television for everyone to see. The cheater still tried deflecting, complaining about a lack of trust amid the chaos. The victim stood there in pure disbelief. It was exactly what everyone warned. Let's watch this closely. They refused to let the cheater dodge the ultimate question. Forced to pick between them, the cheater completely froze up and refused to answer. She desperately tried pleading with Peter, claiming the entire situation was simple and she just wanted a quick chance to explain her true feelings in private. The victim watched her walk away, screaming about 2 wasted years. A 2-year relationship completely destroyed for a woman she had only met 6 months prior. The victim finally declared the relationship completely dead. As she stormed out, the cheater told her she didn't need to follow along. But the victim fiercely refused to be commanded, asserting she would leave on her terms. She would walk out that door whenever she felt ready. She mockingly told the cheetah to go find yet another partner to ruin, because this bridge was permanently burned down. She even threw in a petty parting shot about the other woman's skinny appearance, pointing out her exact type. The victim ranted about what the cheater supposedly liked, still reeling from the betrayal of their solid 2-year commitment. Makes you wonder why people destroy a 2-year relationship for a brief cheating scandal, right? Camille demanded the cheater leave the scene with her immediately. She reminded her who her real girl was, now urging her away. Meanwhile, the victim told Peter she was ready to go, demanding everyone clear out. The shouting match escalated as the victim repeatedly ordered everyone out of her home, furious that the cheater was calling for backup. She wanted them completely gone. She threatened to call the police immediately. Peter backed off, stating he was just doing his job. "You and I are jumping right into this chaos." He claimed he was just working. The excuses kept flying about him doing his job and who was leaving with who. He insisted he was just working. She told him to stop worrying about her and go back to his new girl in lingerie. She demanded to know why he was doing this, telling him to find his mistress. She dismissed him, telling him to come back for his stuff later on. She told everyone to leave, sarcastically suggesting he catch an Uber while the camera crew piled into the van. The argument quickly escalated as they frantically yelled over each other, constantly asking who was talking to who. She finally declared she was gone. Insults flew as she yelled her final goodbye. She cursed him out, screaming that she never wanted to see his face ever again. She demanded why he followed her. She yelled, asking why he followed her if he didn't want her. They bickered about catching an Uber home as he desperately begged her to discuss the cheating scandal away from the crowd. She shut him down completely, insisting that there was absolutely nothing left for them to talk about. She firmly stated she was getting in the car. She snapped at Peter, telling him he needed to go home too. Peter asked if anything could fix this relationship, but she refused since her partner left with another woman. He pleaded that everyone makes mistakes, but she wasn't having it. She pointed out that ending up in lingerie at another woman's house is never just a simple mistake, especially since he left with her. The cheaters team stepped in. They offered the couple counseling, explaining that they had to meet in the middle and take care of their own home. He considered the offer, arguing about a friendship ring. She looked right at Peter and honestly admitted that she had no desire at all to try any couples counseling. He frantically begged her to listen and take care of their home, warning that if she wouldn't, he would have to take care of it himself. Peter reminded the angry couple that love was why they were there. "Let's pause and look at this together." Peter pointed out that despite the cheating, they clearly loved each other. He suggested they'd kiss and make up, but she refused. Coming up next, the show revisits a classic cheating scandal from its archives. Looking back, the suspect recalled having no idea what was happening, or if the camera crew was coming for them. They only heard the surrounding crowd chanting the show's name. Following the explosive confrontation, Lashawn's entire world completely crumbled down. Later, she divulges her latest developments. But first, the show features a serious heart-to-heart with Asia. The former companion was there to replay her raw reactions to that heated moment on the show. She remembered sitting at the bar with Lamar, completely unaware right before they got busted. Caught by his girlfriend, Asia, felt deeply betrayed and incredibly angry. She was entirely in shock, having no idea what was going on, where the crew came from, or if they were coming for everyone. All she heard was loud screaming and the entire crowd around them yelling about cheaters. The furious girlfriend demanded to know if he was actually being serious. She screamed about his lies of working late, demanding to know who the other woman was, while he pathetically claimed she was just a homegirl. She lashed out, furious that he somehow found time for his homegirl, but never for her. She cried out, asking what happened to his promises of love and care. She kept pressing him to explain himself. "What do you and I make of his excuse?" He defensively insisted they were just sitting at the table, having a harmless drink together. She shot back that he had claimed he was too tired and never had time for her anymore. "We always hear the same excuses." Lamar loudly argued he just wanted a post-work drink. Asia recalled that when she first met Lamar, he claimed he had just relocated. He told her he moved uptown to escape his rougher, racy neighborhood. Lamar insisted he desperately wanted to leave the hood and truly better himself. He even told Asia his previous relationship failed because his ex-girlfriend was acting far too ghetto. He supposedly broke things off after moving. So when his actual girlfriend suddenly arrived with the cheater's camera crew, the shocking truth began to unfold. The ambush completely shocked Asia, especially since Lamar had sworn he ended things over his former partner's incredibly wild behavior. Finding out it was all a lie deeply stunned her. She knew absolutely nothing about a hidden girlfriend. Amidst the chaos, the two betrayed women began talking. You and I can clearly see the tension. The host calmly verified with Asia that Lamar had truly sworn he didn't have a girlfriend. Asia just stood there, completely bewildered by what was happening. The crew then urged the angry women to confront Lamar as he walked away. His actual girlfriend screamed about brief phone calls and repeatedly ignored text messages. Lamar played dumb, asking what was going on, while nervously calling her his babe. She fiercely rejected the fake pet name, while Lamar just defensively repeated that the situation is what it is. Asia noted that Lamar did not handle their subsequent breakup well. Being the hidden other woman completely changes everything. She realized she had absolutely no security that he wouldn't eventually betray her too. Since her dramatic episode of Cheaters aired on television, Asia has focused on relocating and bettering herself. She is trying hard to leave all of that excess drama behind. She desperately wants to drop the heavy baggage and just move forward for herself. If romance happens, it happens. Although still deeply in love with Chantelle. Lashawn Hudson states she can never forgive her for shattering dreams and completely betraying trust. Lashawn hopes that in time, this painful heartbreak will feel like a mere speed bump. As Lashawn moves forward with her life, she has already begun seeking someone truly special. Meanwhile, Chantelle Murphy admits to recklessly abandoning her relationship with Lashawn. Chantelle confessed she wanted change, but soon realized it wasn't worth losing someone as wonderful as Lashawn. She sincerely hopes that in time, Lashawn can somehow, finally, forgive her. Cheaters producers could not reach Camille Jones for any official comment. We watch another shattered heart. Now remember, if you do not get your television programming from Goldstein's, why we will both lose money.